Hello everybody, it's Marina. No, don't call this a comeback. Don't try to fool yourself. I'm coming here just to answer to a question that Didi, aka Brown Girl Reading, keep asking me. She keeps asking me, when will I come back on YouTube and eventually come back as a booktuber? The answer is, I don't know. I really am willing to come back on YouTube as a booktuber because I realized that, yeah, that's one of the things that I love the most. I mean, reading and sharing my love for reading, my love of books. And what we do most of the time, Didi and I, when we talk, is that we discuss books because she loves that and I love that. So she keeps the good recs coming, even if my banker do not appreciate what she does because she makes me spend money on books. But I love discussing books. I love reading them, discussing them, and sharing with people. And of course, I'd like to be doing just that on my YouTube channel, coming here and telling you how I felt after reading a book, or recommending books that I feel like nobody's talking about here on BookTube. Because the problem with BookTube, I'm not judging, just saying, is that I feel like everybody tends to be talking about the same old book, and they talk about the one that the press is talking about. So the high books that everybody's talking about doesn't really make me feel like I have anything to bring on the table, which is not fair, given that I read mostly African writers. I've been reading mostly African writers, and this is thanks to Kina Reads. Kina, she got a blog. Yeah, a blog is Kina Reads, I think. And for 2 years, I don't know how long she's been having this challenge, but for 2 years now, I've been participating in a challenge that she has, which is the Africa Reading Challenge, consisting on reading at least a minimum of 5 African writers per year. But me, I pushed it beyond the 5. I took the entire year and focuses on reading exclusively, yeah, not just exclusively, because to me, Africa is bigger than just the continent that everybody sees, okay? It's not just the motherland. You have the Caribbean, you have African Americans also. I include so many people in my African Reading Challenge. Long as it's an Afro-descendant writing a book, I include them in Africa. So my challenge for years has been to discover more of Black people history in general, and I find that in books. If ever I was to come back on YouTube as a booktuber, those are the type of books that I will be discussing the most, like African writers, African American writers that I love, Caribbean writer I'm in love with, etc., etc. I don't know yet if I am really coming back, but if I do so, because I've been discussing this with a bunch of friends of mine, I will be having guests on my channel. If I come back on BookTube, I'll be having guests because I have friends with whom I buddy read in real life, and I will have them present the books to you or discuss the books with me, for you, and or with you, being part of it with your comment and stuff like that. So I don't know yet. All I can tell you, Didi, is that I've been thinking about it, like really thinking about it, and I'm looking forward to coming back here and seeing if I could create good content, because I'm not coming just to show my face. I'm not interested into that. If I can come here and make people read certain writers that I don't see so much discussions about, or I don't hear people talking about their books or talking about even pronouncing their names here on BookTube. If I can do that, that will fulfill my reading pleasure, if I can call it like that. And why, some people may ask me, why do you decide to come back on YouTube expressing yourself in English? The answer is plain and simple. Most of the time I read in English, and I don't read in English to show off. I read in English because I find that many interesting books, books that have changed my life, I've been written by people writing in English, and some of them I've never ever been translated into French, and I don't want to miss them just because they were written in a language that people in the country I live in don't speak. So yeah, and I also do that because when I read in French, I already have friends with whom we discuss books, and I'm part of a crew that I will give you more details if ever I come back on a regular basis in here. And I discuss some books on the radio already, so on a radio show, and I don't feel like discussing them on the radio, discussing them here, and you know, anyways, I'm telling you that I will be doing most of the videos in English, but maybe this will not go that way because I'm just as a moody reader as I'm a moody person. I might feel like expressing myself en espagnol les way I said en espagnol. If I feel like I want to express myself in French, je vais parler en français, because the book requires me to speak in those languages. And some books are written, some books that I love have been written in Spanish with no translation yet, because those writers are not well known, or they're not famous enough, or maybe that copy has not been selling so much that nobody ever thought about translating them. I don't know. And if my reading those books or my showing those writers here on BookTube will make them get an audience and, you know, change the course of their writing, yeah, ambitious, am I not? I would do that, just that, in a language, the more appropriate language that I feel like expressing myself into. So voila. And sometimes I also will be expressing myself in Lingala. I'm sorry, not everybody's perfect. Not everybody can understand Lingala. I'm sorry for you if you cannot understand it, but you can learn. It's easy. If I can speak Lingala, anybody can do that. So yeah, it will depend on my mood. Didi, if you see me back on BookTube, you will let's say you congratulate yourself for that, because you keep asking me the question and it keeps working on my mind. And I also want to thank everybody else, not just Didi, everybody who write their messages and keep asking me to come back, because I made them laugh. I don't know why I make people laugh. I'm so serious. I'm so like a damn serious person, always serious, but I make people laugh. I hope that I will keep, you know, I will keep on making you laugh even when discussing books, because that's just me. That's who I am. I love it when people around me are in a good mood and when they feel good. So I recommend books. I will be recommending books that made me feel good and books that made me laugh most of the time. But certain books make you cry also. Don't be mad at me if you shed tears while reading a book. Okay? Voila. So yeah, this is not a comeback, but this is an attempt on coming back on YouTube. If I come back, Didi, that will be thanks to you. That's all I had to say today. Enjoy your day. Bye.